Seneca once said something profound about the shortness of life and the importance of learning how to live. Think about that for a moment. You live in a time with more information than ever, yet it's harder than ever to think clearly, to stay focused, to make wise decisions. Our minds feel overloaded, distracted, scattered, pulled in 1,000 directions, but rarely truly present. Here we are together on this incredible journey called life, filled with possibilities, trying to live fully, deeply, and meaningfully. But what does it really mean to live well and to think well? To not just move through life, but to understand it, to navigate it wisely with clarity and purpose. As you join me today, imagine stepping onto a path that doesn't just inspire you, but actually trains your mind. A path that sharpens your perception, deepens your understanding, and transforms everyday moments into teachers of wisdom. We're diving into the world of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy rooted in resilience, clarity, and the quiet strength that comes from mastering the art of living. But Stoicism, properly understood, is also a philosophy of intelligence. Not just book knowledge, but the intelligence to see clearly, to respond wisely, and to align your actions with what truly matters. Today I'll share with you 10 powerful Stoic techniques that can reshape the way you perceive the world, interact with others, and interpret your own thoughts. These practices don't just make you calmer, they make you mentally stronger, more focused, and more capable of clear, rational, independent thinking. So if you're ready to transform your approach to life's ups and downs, to stop letting distractions and impulses control your mind, and to cultivate a deeper, steadier intelligence from the inside out, then you're exactly where you need to be. Before we dive deep into the transformative wisdom of Stoicism, take a moment to subscribe and join our community of thoughtful seekers. This is a space for people who value depth over distraction, who want their minds to be stronger than their impulses. Your support helps us keep creating content that guides people toward a clearer, more meaningful life. And remember, every part of this video is designed to build your inner strength and your inner intelligence. So stay with us, don't skip ahead, and let this be a journey you fully experience from beginning to end. Technique 1, embracing change as opportunity for growth. When was the last time something truly changed in your life? Maybe it was something small, like a shift in your routine, a new habit, or a change in schedule, or perhaps something bigger, like a breakup, a career transition, or moving to a new city. If you're honest, it probably felt uncomfortable, maybe even unsettling or scary. Our first reaction to change is often resistance. We cling to the familiar, even when it's not helping us, because the unknown feels threatening. But this is where Stoicism quietly steps in, offering a different lens. It teaches that these moments of disruption and uncertainty are not just obstacles, they are invitations. Invitations for growth, for learning, and for becoming a wiser version of yourself. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic emperors, expressed it beautifully. He wrote about accepting whatever comes to you as if it were woven into the pattern of your destiny, fitting you more perfectly than you might realize. This is a powerful shift. Instead of seeing your life as a series of random events, you begin to see it as a living mosaic. Each change, each unexpected turn, is another piece added to the design, contributing to the overall beauty and depth of the whole picture. Now, embracing change does not mean being passive. It is not letting life throw you around blindly. It's about engagement, about meeting change head-on with courage, with openness, and with a willingness to adapt and learn. It's about asking yourself in every shift and transition, what is this here to teach me? How can this help me grow? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values and reason? This is where intelligence enters the picture. A rigid mind breaks under pressure. A flexible mind trained to adapt can update its beliefs when reality changes. That flexibility, that ability to adjust your thinking to new information, is a key part of true intelligence. When you embrace change, you are training your mind to stay open, to question assumptions, and to think beyond habit. You stop clinging blindly to what was and start understanding clearly what is. Yes, change can be daunting, but Stoicism gives us the inner anchor we need. It teaches us to find stability not in external conditions, but within ourselves, rooted in our values, our principles, and our capacity to reason. From that grounded place, we can face any change with calm, equanimity, and dignity. Growth rarely happens in the comfort zone. It's in those uncomfortable moments, those uncertain transitions, that the deepest opportunities for transformation appear. So the next time you face a change, whether minor or major, remember this: it's not just a disruption, it's an invitation to become stronger, to become wiser, to discover capacities in yourself you haven't yet seen. That's the power of embracing change through a Stoic lens. Consider a practical example. When your job changes, when your role shifts, or your responsibilities expand, you can react with fear, or you can choose curiosity. Instead of seeing it as a threat to your stability, see it as training for your mind, an opportunity to learn new skills, to adapt to new demands, to discover new strengths and hidden abilities. Ask yourself, what mental skills does this change invite? Do I need better focus, clearer communication, sharper problem solving? By framing change this way, you transform uncertainty into a classroom for your intelligence. The people who truly grow are not those who never face change, but those who choose to learn from it deliberately. Technique 2. Turning adversity into advantage. If change is the doorway, adversity is the fire you walk through. Life will not always be gentle with you. There will be losses, setbacks, failures, and moments that shake you to your core. The Stoics understood this deeply. They didn't deny hardship, they studied it. They became masters at turning adversity into advantage. They believed that difficulties, when faced directly, don't just build character. They forge resilience, wisdom, and a kind of strength that cannot be faked. Think of a muscle. Without resistance, without weight to push against, it cannot grow stronger. The same is true for your character, your mind, and your intelligence. Now let's make this personal. Think of a time you were truly stretched. Maybe you had to tackle a demanding project at work, navigate a painful conflict, or confront a fear you'd been avoiding for years. In those moments, you probably wanted relief, an escape, a way back into comfort. But if you stayed with it, if you leaned in instead of running away, you likely emerged different, more capable, more confident, and more aware of what you're truly capable of. This is the essence of turning adversity into a teacher. Marcus Aurelius captured this with a line that echoes through the centuries. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. He wasn't being poetic, he was describing a mindset. Obstacles aren't just hurdles to get around, they are raw material Material you can use to build courage, discipline, clarity, and mental toughness. This has everything to do with intelligence. When you face adversity, your mind is forced to problem solve, to reframe, to look for options, to separate what you control from what you do not. You learn to think clearly under pressure, to make decisions without being blinded by panic or resentment. That is advanced intelligence, forged in real life, not just in books. But how do we actually do this? How do we embrace discomfort when every part of us wants to withdraw? It starts with a shift in how we interpret hardship. Instead of seeing discomfort as a sign that something is wrong, we can see it as evidence that we're being stretched, being trained, being asked to grow. Adversity becomes a signal, a marker that says, here lies potential strength. Here is a chance to evolve. The Stoics also practice preparation. They use techniques like negative visualization, imagining difficult scenarios not to scare themselves, but to rehearse their response. This made them mentally ready, so when real hardship arrived, they weren't surprised. They were prepared. We can do something similar in small, practical ways. We can step deliberately into mild discomforts, taking a cold shower, starting the conversation we've been avoiding, speaking up in a room that intimidates us, tackling a task we keep postponing. These acts of voluntary discomfort are like lifting mental weights. Over time, they build inner toughness. So when bigger challenges come, your mind is already trained. Your nervous system knows how to stay steady, how to keep thinking clearly, even when things get hard. Consider someone who loses their job unexpectedly. They could collapse into fear, tell themselves it's over, and freeze. Or they could pause, take a stoic breath, and ask different questions. What is this moment trying to teach me? What skills do I need now? What path does this open that I never would have considered? They might use this time to retrain, to explore a field more aligned with their values, to build a portfolio, to network intentionally. A year later, they may find themselves in a role that uses their strengths better, pays them fairly, and matches their principles. The adversity didn't disappear. It was transformed. This is how intelligence grows through hardship. By asking better questions, by observing your reactions, by refusing to waste pain. Within every challenge, there is data, insight, and feedback about your mind. When you ask, what can this teach me? Your adversity becomes a classroom, and you become a more conscious, more capable, more intelligent version of yourself. Technique 3, the practice of disengagement for clarity. In Stoicism, disengagement is often misunderstood. It's not about escaping life or turning your back on responsibilities. It's about creating mental space, a deliberate inner retreat where you can see clearly again. We live in a world that's constantly buzzing. Notifications, messages, meetings, news, noise, all competing for attention. Our minds jump from one thing to another, reacting more than reflecting. And without noticing, we lose touch with our own thoughts, our own values, and what truly matters to us. This is where Stoic disengagement becomes essential. It's the practice of stepping back on purpose, even for a few minutes, to observe rather than react, to think rather than rush, to reconnect with yourself beneath the noise. The Stoics were serious about reflection and contemplation. They took time daily to review their actions, question their impulses, and examine their judgments. Marcus Aurelius, while ruling an empire, still made time to sit alone with his thoughts, writing what we now read as the Meditations. These were not public speeches. They were private notes, a form of journaling, where he clarified his mind, recentered his values, and sharpened his judgment. That practice gave him clarity in the chaos of power. In our own lives, we can practice disengagement in simple but powerful ways. It might look like setting aside 10 quiet minutes each morning before the world reaches for you, or 10 minutes each evening after the day has unfolded. During this time, you sit without distractions and let your thoughts surface. You review your day, your reactions, your choices. Where did I act from impatience or ego? Where did I live according to my values? This is not self-attack, it's honest observation, and this kind of observation is a direct training for your intelligence. Because intelligence isn't just knowing facts, it's the ability to notice your own thinking, to examine your assumptions, to separate emotion from evidence. When you disengage for a few moments, you step out of the automatic loop. You see your thoughts as thoughts, not as commands. You begin to recognize patterns, repeated stories, and unhelpful beliefs. That awareness alone is a powerful upgrade to your inner operating system. Another practice is what I call intentional pauses. Throughout the day, you insert small breaks into the stream of activity. You close your eyes for a few breaths, feel your feet on the ground, and simply notice what your mind is doing. It could be between tasks, while sipping your coffee, before opening a message, or during a walk without your phone. These micro moments break the trance of constant engagement. They give your mind room to breathe, room to process, room to think. And with that space, your decisions improve. Your reactions become softer, more deliberate, less impulsive. You don't just live on autopilot, you live with awareness. Practicing disengagement does not make you detached from people or duties. It makes you more present when you're with them. Because you've cleared some of the mental fog, you bring more attention, more patience, and more clarity to everything you do. Here's a simple practice you can begin today. Choose a time, morning or evening. Sit down somewhere quiet. For 10 minutes, just breathe and observe. Let your thoughts arise, and instead of chasing them, watch them pass. Ask yourself gently, what occupied my mind today? What am I worrying about? What did I do well? What can I improve tomorrow? This is how you train meta-awareness, the ability to think about your own thinking. That is one of the highest forms of intelligence. Another powerful habit is the evening review. Before sleep, look back over your day. Where did you act wisely? Where did you overreact? Where did you ignore what you know is right? You don't do this to shame yourself, but to learn. Each day becomes data. Each reflection becomes insight. Over time, this practice of disengagement cuts through confusion, sharpens your judgment, and gives you a mind that is calm, clear, and capable of seeing reality as it is. Technique 4. Lifelong learning as a continuous journey. Stoicism invites us to see learning not as a phase, but as a way of life. It's not limited to school, degrees, or certificates. It's a continuous journey that enriches our mind, shapes our character, and deepens our understanding of the world and ourselves. The Stoics believe that every experience holds a lesson. Every conversation, every success, every mistake, every disappointment, all of it is material for growth and insight. For them, learning wasn't just an intellectual hobby, it was a moral duty tied directly to virtue, wisdom, and the pursuit of a good life. Now bring this idea into your own reality. How can you embody lifelong learning today in a world of distractions, short clips, and quick takes? It begins with curiosity, a deep, open curiosity that looks at life and keeps asking why, how, what if. It's the curiosity that doesn't assume it already knows, but stays teachable, even in familiar situations. It's about looking around you with fresh eyes, almost like a child taking apart a toy, not to break it, but to understand how it really works. But curiosity alone is not enough. Lifelong learning means being deliberate, on purpose, about what you feed your mind. It means carving out time for reading, listening, studying, and reflecting. Not just scrolling, not just consuming passively. You become a student of life, no matter your age, position, or title. This is where your intelligence begins to grow in depth. Because intelligence is not just the amount of information you hold. It's how you organize it, how you connect ideas, how you apply what you know to real situations. When you learn consistently and reflect on that learning, you're building mental models, patterns of understanding that help you see clearly and decide wisely. To cultivate this mindset, you can diversify your sources of learning. Read books that challenge you, listen to thoughtful podcasts, attend talks or workshops, travel when you can, try new hobbies, and talk to people who think differently from you. Each of these adds a new perspective, a new lens, a new piece to your inner library. The Stoics also emphasized self-examination. As you learn, you don't just collect ideas. You test them. You compare them with your experience. You ask, is this true? Is this useful? Does this align with what I value? This turns information into understanding and understanding into wisdom. Importantly, lifelong learning is not meant to be lonely. Your growth deepens when you share it. When you discuss, debate, and exchange insights with others, you see blind spots. You refine your thinking, and you help others grow too. Learning becomes a dialogue, not a private collection. Here are some practical ways to live this out. First, create a learning habit. Set aside 30 minutes daily for intentional learning. It could be reading, taking a course, studying a subject deeply, or revisiting notes from something you've learned before. The key is consistency, not perfection. Second, keep a learning journal. After each session, write down what you learned, what stood out, and how you might apply it. Ask yourself, how does this change the way I see the world? How can this idea improve my decisions, my work, or my relationships? This extra step turns learning into integration. It strengthens memory, sharpens comprehension, and trains your mind to connect dots over time. This is how intelligence grows, not overnight, but steadily, through daily deliberate learning, guided by curiosity, reflection, in the quiet discipline of a Stoic mind. Third, teach others. One of the most powerful ways to learn anything deeply is to try to teach it. When you teach, you can't hide behind vague understanding. You have to explain clearly, organize your thoughts, and answer questions. Suddenly, you see gaps you never noticed before. You discover where your knowledge is still shallow, where your logic is weak, where your examples don't fit. This process alone sharpens your thinking. It turns scattered information into structured understanding. That is how teaching quietly increases your intelligence, not by showing off, but by forcing your mind to clarify what it knows. Fourth, embrace failure as a teacher. When something doesn't work out, instead of collapsing into shame, pause and get curious. Ask yourself, what did I learn here? What assumptions were wrong? What signals did I ignore? What would I do differently next time? The Stoics understood that every experience, especially the painful ones, offers wisdom if we're willing to examine it. Failure is not proof that you're not smart. Failure is data. It's feedback about reality, about your strategy, about your limits and your blind spots. When you review that data calmly, you turn mistakes into information and information into better decisions. That is practical intelligence. Approach life with the mindset of a student, always curious, always open, always learning, even from what went wrong. Technique 5. Cultivating gratitude in daily life. The Stoics understood that life doesn't always unfold as we wish. There are ups and downs, joys and sorrows, gains and losses. We can't control the whole story, but we can choose how we relate to it. Gratitude is one of the ways we choose wisely. By cultivating gratitude, we train our minds to focus on abundance rather than lack, on lessons rather than disappointments, on opportunities rather than obstacles. It's about appreciating what we have here and now without taking anything for granted. So how do we grow this quiet, steady gratitude in daily life? It starts with mindfulness, with being present enough to actually notice what is already good, the countless small blessings we usually overlook. It's waking up each day and recognizing the miracle of being alive at all. The breath in your lungs, the sky above you, your capacity to think, feel, love, to choose, to change, to begin again. Gratitude also requires a shift in perspective. It means recognizing that even our challenges and struggles can hold seeds of gratitude. They shape us, stretch us, and reveal strengths we didn't know we had. Marcus Aurelius encouraged us to see each new day as a precious gift, an opportunity to live according to our values and to contribute something to the common good. So how do we keep this grateful mindset alive amidst the busyness and noise of modern life? One powerful practice is keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big events or tiny, quiet moments. A kind message from a friend, the warmth of your drink, a moment of peace between 2 stressful tasks. This simple practice trains your attention to notice what is working, what is supporting you, what is beautiful and kind. Over time, your mind becomes quicker at seeing the whole picture, not just what's missing. Another way to practice gratitude is through reflection and meditation. Take time to contemplate what you often overlook. The things you assume will always be there. Your health, your senses, your ability to learn, the people who care about you. You can also express gratitude directly to others, not just silently in your mind, but through your words, your messages, your actions. This reinforces your sense of connection and reciprocity and reminds you that you're not moving through life alone. But here's something important. Cultivating gratitude is not about ignoring injustice or pain. It's not pretending everything is perfect. It's about balance, acknowledging the hard realities while also acknowledging the good that still exists, choosing to give more weight to what strengthens your spirit than to what poisons it. Gratitude doesn't make you passive. It makes you stronger. By grounding you in what is still working, it gives you the energy to face what is not. It fuels resilience, so you can engage with problems without being consumed by them. That is where gratitude touches your intelligence. A grateful mind is less clouded by envy and bitterness. It sees people and situations more clearly, more fairly, and more completely. It can judge not only what is wrong, but also what is worth preserving, what is worth building on. That wider view is a form of wisdom. Here's a powerful exercise you can try right now. Think of 3 things you're grateful for today. They don't have to be dramatic. Maybe it's your morning coffee, a smile from a stranger, a quiet corner where you can think. Bring each one to mind slowly. Really feel the gratitude. Let it settle in your chest, in your breathing. When practiced regularly, this doesn't just feel good. It literally trains your brain to notice the good more quickly and accurately. You can also practice gratitude in difficult moments. When you're facing a challenge, ask yourself, what, if anything, can I be grateful for in this situation? Maybe it's the chance to grow stronger, to refine your priorities, or the support of someone who stands by you. Finding even a small point of gratitude inside hardship keeps your perspective wider, your mind steadier, and your decisions calmer. Remember, gratitude isn't about denying life's difficulties. It's about refusing to let them be the only thing you see. It keeps your thinking balanced, your heart resilient, and your intelligence tuned to the full truth, not just the painful part. We've now explored 5 powerful techniques, and I hope you're feeling the shift already. These Stoic principles aren't just ideas. They're tools you can use to transform how you live, how you handle challenges, and how you grow as a human being. If you're finding value in this journey so far, I'd love to welcome you more deeply into our community here on Stoic Ocean. If you haven't yet, take a moment to subscribe. If you're still here by now, it already says something about you. Most people click away when things get serious, when the content asks them to reflect and change. You're still here, still thinking, still listening. That's the kind of mind these teachings are for. Subscribing helps more than you might imagine. It tells the algorithm that depth matters, that long-form reflection still has a place, and it allows us to keep creating content that supports you in building a clearer, stronger, more intelligent mind. And don't skip ahead, because we still have 5 more techniques to explore. Each one builds on the others, completing a framework for increasing not just your knowledge, but your wisdom, your clarity, and your inner strength. So stay with me, because the best insights are still to come. Technique 6. Mindful observation for deeper connection. When we truly engage in mindful observation, we step into a practice that deepens our connection to the world, enhances our appreciation of life, and cultivates inner tranquility and insight. You might be wondering, what does it really mean to observe mindfully? It's about fully immersing yourself in the present moment, engaging all your senses, and noticing details you usually rush past. It's the opposite of autopilot mode, where you move through the day half awake, half distracted, barely registering what surrounds you. In Stoicism, mindful observation is a way of practicing presence and awareness, qualities that help us live in harmony with nature and with reason. The Stoics believe that by attuning ourselves to the present and engaging deeply with what is right in front of us, we gain valuable insights into the nature of life and our place within it. We begin to see the beauty, the fragility, and the interconnectedness of all things. So how can we practice this in our daily lives? It is more accessible than it seems. It can begin with something as simple as watching a leaf move in the wind, noticing its colors, its veins, the rhythm of its motion, or paying full attention to a person speaking to you, their expressions, their pauses, the feeling beneath their words. Mindful observation isn't only about the outer world. It also invites us to observe our inner world, our thoughts, our emotions, our impulses and reactions. This inner observation builds profound self-awareness. It allows us to respond instead of merely react, to choose our actions with more clarity, equanimity, and wisdom. Here's a simple exercise you can try. On your next walk, decide to notice 5 things you've never seen on that route before. It might be a pattern in the pavement, a small plant in a corner, the way light hits a window, the sound of a distant bird. This small practice reawakens your sense of wonder and pulls your mind out of its usual tunnel. Mindful observation also connects to the Stoic reflection on impermanence. As you notice the constant change in your environment, the shifting light, the flow of people, the cycle of growth and decay, you're reminded that everything moves, everything passes, including your current problems. This awareness can soften your attachment, increase your gratitude, and steady your mind. From the perspective of intelligence, mindful observation is how you improve the quality of your input. Your judgments, your decisions, your beliefs are only as good as the information they are based on. When you see more clearly without rushing, without distorting, your thinking naturally becomes more accurate, more nuanced, more realistic. You're no longer operating on assumptions alone. You are actually seeing. You can practice mindful observation in very ordinary moments. Savor your morning drink. Notice the aroma, the warmth, the way it feels as you hold the cup. Listen to a piece of music with full attention, tracking each instrument, each shift and layer. Or simply become aware of your breathing, the rise and fall, the pauses between breaths. Here's another exercise you can try today. During your next conversation, practice the 3-minute rule. For 3 minutes, give the other person your full attention. No checking your phone, no rehearsing your reply. Just observe and listen. Notice their words, their tone, their body language. Try to understand what they feel, not just what they say. This alone can transform your relationships. You can also practice observing your own thoughts. Sit quietly for a few minutes and watch your thoughts come and go. Notice recurring themes, fears, or desires. Don't fight them, simply observe. This inner observation builds meta-awareness, the ability to notice your own thinking. That is a high form of intelligence. Because before you can change your mind, you must first learn to see it. Technique 7. Active listening as a way of being. In a world overflowing with noise and interruption, the art of truly listening has become rare and precious. Active listening is more than a communication technique. It's a way of being present, fully engaged with the person and the moment before you. It's listening not only with your ears, but with your mind and heart, offering your full attention without splitting it across a dozen distractions. In Stoicism, active listening is a way to practice empathy, patience, and respect. It is how we recognize the shared humanity in each person we meet. So how do we cultivate this art of listening? It begins with intention. The conscious choice to be here, now, with this person for these few minutes. To set aside the urge to interrupt, to fix, or to defend. When you listen actively, you're not just waiting for your turn to speak, you're genuinely curious about the other person's perspective, feelings, and story. You're listening to understand, not to win. This means paying attention not just to their words, but also to their tone, their facial expressions, their posture, their pauses. All of these are data your mind can read if you are patient enough to notice. Active listening involves asking thoughtful questions, reflecting back what you believe you've heard, and checking gently if you understood correctly. This kind of listening creates a space where the other person feels seen and valued. But active listening isn't only directed outward. It also applies to your relationship with yourself. By listening carefully to your own thoughts, emotions, and intuitions, you gain insight into your real needs, your deeper motivations, your authentic values. This inner listening helps you make choices that are aligned with who you truly are, rather than driven by noise or pressure. From the standpoint of intelligence, active listening is a powerful amplifier. Every time you truly listen, you gain information you didn't have before. You learn how people think, how they feel, how they respond to the world. You see patterns in human behavior, in communication, in conflict and harmony. This makes your understanding of life broader and richer. You stop assuming that your perspective is the only lens and start integrating many different angles. That multi-layered understanding is a deep form of practical intelligence. Here's a powerful exercise to grow your listening skills. The next time someone shares something with you, practice reflective listening. When they finish, summarize what you heard in your own words. Ask if you understood correctly. This not only shows that you were present, it also helps your own mind process and store what you've just learned. You can also practice listening to yourself. Set aside a few minutes each day for self-reflection. Ask yourself, what am I truly feeling right now? What do I need? What am I avoiding? Write down the answers slowly and honestly. Listen to your inner voice with the same respect you would give to a close friend. Another practice is listening to silence. Find a quiet space, sit without distractions, and simply listen. At first, you may only notice ambient sounds, but stay a little longer. Eventually, you may begin to hear your own mind more clearly. Thoughts, insights, and realizations often surface when you stop trying to fill every moment with noise. Remember, listening is an active discipline of presence, attention, and empathy. When you truly listen, you create space for understanding and growth. You expand your map of the world and of yourself. Technique 8. Seeking silence for inner wisdom. This practice goes beyond simply escaping loud places. It's about cultivating a quietness within, a still mind that can see clearly, think deeply, and choose intentionally. The Stoics practice this through contemplation and meditation, using silence as a doorway to their inner wisdom and to a deeper connection with nature and reality itself. In our modern lives, seeking silence can feel almost impossible. We are surrounded by notifications, content, conversations, and constant stimulation. But the beauty of silence is that you don't need to change your entire life to begin. You only need to carve out small, honest pockets of quiet and protect them. You can start by creating simple daily rituals that invite silence in. A few minutes of meditation each morning, a slow, quiet walk in nature, or a set time each day when you turn off all devices and let your mind unwind without input. These practices allow you to disconnect from the chatter and distractions of the external world and tune into your own thoughts and sensations. But seeking silence isn't just about reducing noise. It's about quieting the internal turbulence, the stream of worries, assumptions, and mental clutter that clouds our perception. This is where Stoic mindfulness comes in. Watching your thoughts without attachment, letting them rise and fall without letting them carry you away. In that inner stillness, you begin to see more clearly, You create mental space for insight, reflection, and deeper understanding. And that clarity, that ability to observe reality without distortion, is one of the foundations of true intelligence. Silence also deepens how we relate to others. When you are comfortable with quiet moments, you listen more attentively, respond more thoughtfully, and connect more meaningfully. You hear the pauses, the unspoken feelings, the subtle signals beneath the words. This is emotional intelligence born from presence and inner calm. The Stoics saw silence as a tool for alignment with nature, with reason, and with their own inner virtue. For us today, seeking silence is both a form of self-care and an act of rebellion against a world that competes endlessly for our attention. So embrace silence as part of your daily rhythm. Make it a sanctuary you return to often. Meditation, quiet walks, and mindful pauses are all simple gateways into the stillness within. By honoring silence, you're not just following the Stoic tradition, you're cultivating a deeper mind, one capable of clarity, discernment, and calm wisdom even amidst noise. Here's a simple practice. Start with 5 minutes each morning. Sit in a quiet space. Focus on your breath. When thoughts arise, observe them and let them pass. Return to your breath. This trains your mind to step out of mental noise and back into clarity. You can also try a silence walk. Leave your devices behind. Just walk. Notice the world. Notice your thoughts. Or create silence zones in your day. Moments where everything, screens, conversations, stimulation, is paused. A reset for your mind. Remember, silence is not emptiness. It is space. Space for wisdom to surface. Space where intelligence can deepen and understanding can grow. Technique 9. Embracing diverse interactions for growth. The Stoics understood that wisdom hides everywhere. In conversations, in disagreements, in unfamiliar places, and in people whose experiences differ from our own. By seeking diverse interactions, we're not simply hearing different opinions. We're challenging our own assumptions. We're expanding the boundaries of our mind. This is how intelligence grows, not in isolation, but in friction, in contrast, in understanding how many ways the world can be seen. In modern life, this begins with openness. When you meet someone with a different background or viewpoint, treat it as an opportunity to learn, not a threat to defend against. Ask questions. Listen sincerely. Try to understand the world through their eyes. Diverse interactions go beyond conversation. Attend cultural events. Read authors from different countries. Watch documentaries with unfamiliar perspectives. Travel when you can. Each experience expands your inner map of the world. And when your mental map widens, your ability to solve problems, to think critically, and to understand people widens with it. That is a deep, practical intelligence. The kind rooted in perspective, not just knowledge. Here's a simple practice. Once a week, have a conversation with someone who sees the world differently. Ask open questions. Listen to understand, not to argue, not to convert, just to learn. You might discover you share more than you expected. You can also diversify your input. Books, podcasts, films, cultures, disciplines. Each one stretches your thinking and reveals blind spots you didn't know you had. The goal isn't to change your beliefs. It's to expand your understanding so that your beliefs are based on clarity, not habit. By embracing diverse interactions, you grow your mind, your empathy, and your capacity to understand reality from multiple angles. And that is one of the quiet secrets of becoming wiser. Technique 10. Cultivating curiosity over judgment. A curious mind stays open, flexible, and awake. A judgmental mind closes too soon. Curiosity is the antidote to rigid thinking. It keeps your intelligence alive. It turns every moment into a chance to grow. So how do you cultivate it? Start with awareness. The moment you feel a quick judgment forming, pause. Ask yourself, what assumptions am I making? What information am I missing? What would I learn if I approach this with curiosity instead? Just that pause can change everything. Curiosity also means seeking experiences that stretch you, trying new things, reading outside your comfort zone, talking to people you don't fully understand yet. It means inviting the unfamiliar and letting it reshape how you see the world. The Stoics taught that every experience, pleasant or painful, contains something to learn. Curiosity is what opens that hidden door. Of course, curiosity sometimes reveals truths that are uncomfortable. But intelligence grows not from avoiding truth, but from facing it with openness and courage. Here's a simple practice. Use the 3 curiosity questions whenever you judge something quickly. What assumptions am I making? What am I missing? What could I learn here? You can also cultivate a beginner's mind. Approach familiar situations as if you're seeing them for the first time. Notice the details you've long ignored, or keep a curiosity journal. Each day, write one thing you're curious about. Each week, pick one to explore. Finally, practice curiosity in difficult moments. Instead of reacting, ask, what is this teaching me? Curiosity transforms confusion into clarity, obstacles into opportunity, and daily life into a continuous education. Conclusion plus final message. As we arrive at the end of this journey, I want to leave you with one guiding idea: curiosity, presence, growth. This is what intelligence truly looks like in the Stoic sense. Not the accumulation of facts, but the cultivation of clarity, resilience, and wise perception. Today we explored 10 Stoic techniques that can elevate your mind and transform your life. Embracing change, turning adversity into advantage, disengaging for clarity, lifelong learning, cultivating gratitude, mindful observation, active listening, seeking silence, embracing diverse interactions, and choosing curiosity over judgment. Each one is a tool, but together they form a framework, a way of living with depth, intention, and inner strength. The Stoics knew that real power comes from within, from a mind that sees clearly, from a heart that stays steady, from a person who keeps going even when results are not yet visible. The goal is not perfection. The goal is becoming someone you can rely on, someone who guards their focus, chooses their response, and keeps growing day after day. And that person is you, or rather, the version of you you are becoming with every choice you make. So keep learning, keep observing, keep practicing. The life you want is already forming through the decisions you make each day. Commit to yourself, apply these Stoic techniques, and watch how your intelligence deepens, sharpens, and expands until you win. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss future content. And tell me in the comments, which technique spoke to you the most? I read everyone, and your feedback helps us create content that supports you on your journey. Until next time, keep focusing on yourself. Keep building the mind you aspire to have, and keep applying Stoic wisdom in the quiet moments of your life until you win.